Hello and welcome to how to play Oumaji. Today I will show you how to play Oumaji and what are his advantages and disadvantages. Oumaji is best on a map with not a lot of water, so in drylands or lakes, and it shouldn't be crowded, so I will make so there are fewer opponents. So the advantage of Oumaji is that they can expand very quickly, but the disadvantage is that they mostly don't have a lot of eco. I advise to not train a second warrior at the start, because you can then upgrade your capital and your second city on the same turn. Not on the same turn, but I hope you get what I mean, so that you can get the technology and upgrade your capital while capturing the second city. So what is the main strategy of Oumaji? The main strategy of Oumaji is mostly rider roads. This strategy consists of getting a lot of riders and a lot of roads, and then using your mobile riders to overwhelm your opponent. The idea is that you train a lot of riders, and the problem with that might be that sometimes your economy is just a bit too bad for that, but it isn't that big of a deal, because you can just get this economy by conquering others. So as you can see here, I can already use my riders to get a city after I've taken an explorer, and explorers are pretty valuable for Oumaji because riders aren't as quick as you think if they for example if you don't have vision on where you want to go, then they are just as fast as regular warriors. So this won't give you such an advantage if you don't have vision on your opponent. The problem with Oumaji is that they often don't have any wild animals or things like that, and therefore have problems with getting archery and other things like that. Well, the advantages of Oumaji are mostly their really fast expansion. They can expand really quickly and get way more cities than the opponent. And if you have more cities, you can just outproduce them at some point. And if you can outproduce your opponent, you can easily destroy him. The disadvantages are that you may get problems because your economy is just too bad in comparison to other tribes, and you are always a bit starving for money because you don't have a lot of money in general. The technologies often cost way more than it's desirable. I think, for example, I have 13 income, but my third tier technology costs already 16 stars, and this is a pretty common a pretty common occurrence with Oumaji. At some point you will have to get hunting and so, but I don't advise you to get it instantly, but only later in the game when you have a direct advantage to this. But I also advise you to not underestimate the importance of hunting for Oumaji, because in my experience, if you, for example, can get your riders paired with archers or similar things, then you have a pretty good way of destroying your opponents. And there I missed that there was a forest. They thought that you could move onto the village, but in general, the idea is that you just train a lot of riders, and then use your riders and roads as shown here to defeat your opponent. And also, as you can see here, if they train, for example, defenders, you can just use archers or a lot of riders to destroy them. Well, all in all, what are the advantages? The advantages that you, as said before, you can just conquer stuff quickly, but the disadvantages are that your economy isn't that good. If you want to counter Oumaji, just get defenders and archers, for example, and this will counter Oumaji pretty efficiently and pretty well, because they have a big weakness against defenders or city walls, because they need vulnerable units to attack. And if they don't have vulnerable units they can attack, then their attack dies off a bit. Also, they have a problem with getting on the water, because already now, for example, until I get the economy to get on the water, it will take several turns, and if you can get the advantage on the water early in the game, you will have a big advantage against them. So I think this was all you need to know how to play Oumaji. So quick summary is: expand quickly with a rider first and upgrade your cities, then train more riders and get roads, which are pretty accessible to you, and then use a road network paired with your riders to overwhelm your opponents with your quickly moving riders. I hope it was pretty useful for you, and bye.